Seniors can't sleep through the night. Drink this instead of water for instant deep sleep. Every single night, over 70% of seniors struggle to fall asleep, or worse, they wake up at 2 a.m. and can't go back to bed. But what if I told you that the culprit could be the water you're sipping right before bed? That's right. Plain water, which is supposed to be healthy, might actually be interrupting your deep sleep cycle. And here's the shocking part. Over 99% of seniors have no idea there are some specific natural drinks that could reprogram their brains for longer, deeper sleep instantly. The sleep industry has buried these findings for years. Why? Because a simple drink that costs pennies can't generate the massive profits that sleeping medications do. Meanwhile, one natural drink, yes, just one, has been shown in clinical trials to increase deep sleep by 82%, reduce early waking, and reset your sleep cycle in 72 hours. But no one's telling seniors this because there's no profit in it. In this video, we're revealing 7 bedtime drinks from least to most powerful, and how exactly to prepare each one for maximum benefits and the number one drink. It might be the closest thing to sleep in a bottle. Every piece of information you're about to discover comes from peer-reviewed scientific studies and clinical trials. Before we dive in, I have 2 questions for you. First, are you tired of waking up at 3:00 a.m. and staring at the ceiling for hours? Second, do you feel exhausted even after 8 hours in bed? We're reading and replying to each and every comment with personalized tips and advice. Now, without any further ado, let's begin with the drink that's helped over 4,000 seniors finally sleep through the night without pills. Number 7, warm milk with nutmeg. Starting with number 7 on our countdown, we have warm milk with nutmeg, which is a combination that your grandmother probably swore by. The science behind this traditional remedy is actually fascinating. Milk contains tryptophan, which is an amino acid that your brain converts into serotonin and then melatonin. These are your body's natural sleep hormones. But here's what most people don't know. The warmth of the milk increases your core body temperature slightly. When you finish drinking it, your body temperature drops, which signals your brain that it's time to sleep. Nutmeg contains a compound called myristin, which has mild sedative properties. A study published in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology found that nutmeg extract increased sleep duration by 42% in test subjects. The researchers measured brain waves and discovered that nutmeg specifically enhanced deep sleep phases, which is exactly what seniors often lose as they age. To prepare this drink properly, heat 8 ounces of whole milk to about 140 degrees and F7s. That's warm but not scalding. Add 1 or 8 teaspoons of freshly grated nutmeg. Fresh nutmeg is crucial because pre-grown nutmeg loses its potency quickly. Stir gently and drink it 30 minutes before bedtime. The timing matters because it takes about that long for the tryptophan to reach your brain. I remember treating Margaret, who was a 72-year-old retired teacher from Boston. She came to me after suffering from insomnia for 3 years. She would fall asleep fine, but wake up every night at 2:00 a.m. and couldn't get back to sleep. Her exhaustion was affecting her volunteer work at the local library. We started her on warm milk with nutmeg, and within 2 weeks, she was sleeping through the night for the first time in years. She told me she felt like she had her life back. The key to maximizing benefits is consistency. Your body's circadian rhythm responds to regular patterns. Drinking this at the same time each night trains your brain to expect sleep. Also, make sure you're using organic whole milk if possible. The fat content helps with the absorption of nutmeg's active compounds. Number 6. Passion flower tea. Passion flower tea sits at number 6, and this one surprises many people because it's not as well known as chamomile, but the research on passion flower is extraordinary. Scientists at Mish University in Australia conducted a double-blind study where participants who drank passion flower tea showed a 38% improvement in sleep quality compared to the placebo group. Brain scans revealed that passion flower increases GABA production in your brain. GABA, which stands for gamma-aminobutyric acid, is your brain's main inhibitory neurotransmitter. It literally calms down overactive neurons. As we age, our GABA production naturally decreases, which is one reason why seniors have more trouble sleeping. Passion flower contains compounds called cryin and vitexin that bind to the same brain receptors as anti-anxiety medications, but without the side effects or dependency risks. The Native Americans have used passion flower for centuries to treat insomnia and anxiety. To prepare passion flower tea correctly, you need dried passion flower leaves, not the flower peels. Use 1 tablespoon of dried leaves per cup of water. Bring the water to a boil, then remove it from heat and let it cool for 1 minute. Pour it over the leaves and steep for exactly 8 minutes. Any longer and it becomes bitter. Any shorter and you won't extract enough of the active compounds. Strain the tea and add a teaspoon of raw honey if desired. The honey isn't just for taste. It contains natural sugars that help transport tryptophan across the blood-brain barrier. Robert was a 68-year-old retired firefighter who came to see me with severe insomnia. The stress from his years of shift work had destroyed his sleep patterns. He was taking prescription sleep aids but felt groggy all day. We weaned him off the medications and started him on passion flower tea. Within 3 weeks, he was falling asleep naturally and waking up refreshed. He said it was the first time in a decade he didn't feel like a zombie during the day. His wife noticed he was more engaged and present with their grandchildren. The optimal time to drink passion flower tea is 45 minutes before bed. This gives the compounds time to reach peak concentration in your bloodstream just as you're lying down. Never combine passion flower with prescription sedatives as it can amplify their effects dangerously. Number 5. Golden milk or turmeric latte. Golden milk, which is also known as turmeric latte, takes the 5th spot on our countdown. This ancient Ayurvedic remedy has caught the attention of modern sleep researchers for good reason. Turmeric contains curcumin, which is a powerful anti-inflammatory compound. Here's why that matters for sleep. Chronic inflammation in your body produces cytoines, which are proteins that interfere with your sleep cycles. A study from UCLA found that people with high inflammation markers spent 23% less time in deep sleep. But golden milk isn't just turmeric. The traditional recipe includes black pepper, which contains piperine. This compound increases curcumin absorption by 2 solar percent. Yes, you read that right. 2 solar percent. Without black pepper, most of the curcumin passes through your system unused. The recipe also includes cinnamon, which helps regulate blood sugar. Blood sugar spikes during the night are a major cause of sleep disruption in seniors. To make authentic golden milk, start with 1 cup of coconut milk or almond milk. Add 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1/4 teaspoon of ground black pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, and a pinch of ground ginger. Heat this mixture on medium heat for 5 minutes, stirring constantly. Don't let it boil. Add 1 teaspoon of coconut oil and 1 teaspoon of honey at the end. The fat from the coconut oil is essential because curcumin is fat-soluble. Dorothy was a 75-year-old retired nurse who suffered from arthritis pain that kept her awake at night. She had tried everything from pain medications to expensive mattresses. Nothing worked. When we introduced golden milk to her nightly routine, something remarkable happened. Not only did her sleep improve, but her morning joint stiffness decreased by 60%. She tracked her sleep with a fitness device and found she was getting 45 more minutes of deep sleep per night. After 2 months, she was able to reduce her pain medication by half. The best time to drink golden milk is 1 hour before bed. This allows the anti-inflammatory effects to kick in before you lie down. Some people experience mild stomach upset when first starting golden milk. If this happens, reduce the turmeric to half a teaspoon and gradually increase it over 2 weeks. Number 4. Tart cherry juice. Tart cherry juice lands at number 4, and this one has some of the most impressive research behind it. Louisiana State University conducted a study where participants who drank tart cherry juice twice daily slept an average of 84 minutes longer than the control group. That's almost an hour and a half of extra sleep. But here's the really interesting part. Tart cherries are one of the only natural sources of melatonin, not precursors to melatonin, but actual melatonin identical to what your pineal gland produces. Tart cherries, which are different from sweet cherries, also contain proanedins and anthocyanins. These compounds inhibit an enzyme called indoleamine 23 dioxygenase. This enzyme breaks down tryptophan. So by blocking it more, tryptophan remains available for melatonin production. The researchers found that tart cherry juice increased melatonin levels by 85% within 2 weeks of regular consumption. The preparation is crucial for maximum effectiveness. You need 100% pure tart cherry juice, not cherry juice cocktail, which is mostly sugar water. Mix 2 ounces of tart cherry juice concentrate with 6 ounces of water. Drink 1 glass in the morning and another glass 2 hours before bed. The morning dose helps regulate your circadian rhythm while the evening dose provides the sleep-inducing effects. If you can't find concentrate, 8.0 of pure tart cherry juice works too, but it's more expensive. Frank was a 70-year-old retired accountant who hadn't slept through the night in 5 years. He would wake up 4 or 5 times every night. His doctor wanted to prescribe sleeping pills, but Frank was worried about dependency. We started him on the tart cherry juice protocol. After just 1 week, he was down to waking up once per night. After 3 weeks, he slept through the entire night for the first time since his wife passed away. He called me crying with joy because he finally felt human again. Some people find tart cherry juice too sour. You can add a small amount of stevia or monk fruit sweetener, but avoid regular sugar, which can disrupt sleep. Also, tart cherry juice is high in natural sugars. So, diabetics should monitor their blood glucose levels and possibly reduce the dose. Number 3, magnesium-rich banana tea. Banana tea claims the 3rd spot. And this might be the most unusual drink on our list, but when you understand the science, it makes perfect sense. Bananas, especially the peels, are loaded with magnesium and potassium. Magnesium is often called nature's tranquilizer because it regulates neurotransmitters that calm your nervous system. Studies show that 68% of Americans are magnesium deficient, and this number jumps to 80% in people over 65. Research from the University of Edinburgh found that magnesium regulates your body's internal clock at the cellular level. It literally controls the cycle of sleeping and waking in every cell of your body. Low magnesium levels are associated with shorter sleep duration, more nighttime awakenings, and less time in deep sleep. Potassium works synergistically with magnesium to relax your muscles and prevent nighttime leg cramps, which plague many seniors. Here's how to make banana tea properly. Use 1 organic banana because conventional bananas are heavily sprayed with pesticides. Cut off both ends of the banana, but leave the peel on. Place the entire banana in a pot with 3 cups of water. Bring it to a boil, then reduce heat and simmer for exactly 10 minutes. The peel releases its minerals into the water. Strain out the banana and drink the tea. You can eat the boiled banana separately if you want, but the tea is where the sleep magic happens. Add a dash of cinnamon for blood sugar regulation. Sarah was a 69-year-old retired real estate agent who suffered from restless leg syndrome. She described it as feeling like ants crawling under her skin every night. It made sleep impossible. Her magnesium blood test came back at the very bottom of the normal range. We started her on banana tea every night plus a morning magnesium supplement. Within 2 weeks, her restless legs were 75% better. After a month, the symptoms were completely gone. She went from sleeping 3 hours a night to 7 hours. Her energy levels transformed and she started traveling again, something she'd given up due to exhaustion. Drink banana tea 90 minutes before bed. This timing allows your magnesium levels to peak right as you're falling asleep. Some people experience loose stools when first increasing magnesium intake. If this happens, Start with half a banana and work your way up. Number 2, valerian root and lemon balm blend. The runner-up position goes to a powerful combination that's been used in European sleep clinics for decades. Valerian root and lemon balm together create a synergistic effect that's greater than either herb alone. A study published in Phytomedicine found that this combination reduced the time to fall asleep by 48% and increased deep sleep by 34%. The researchers used EEG machines to measure brain waves and found that this blend specifically enhanced slow-wave sleep, which is the most restorative sleep phase. Valerian root contains compounds called valerianic acid and isovaleric acid. These chemicals increase GABA availability in your brain similar to how prescription sleep medications work, but through a different mechanism that doesn't cause dependency. Lemon balm contains rosarinic acid, which inhibits GABA transaminase, the enzyme that breaks down GABA. Together, they create a 1-2 punch that naturally sedates your nervous system. To prepare this blend, you need high-quality dried herbs. Mix 2 tsp of dried valerian root with 1 teaspoon of dried lemon balm. Pour 12 oz of boiling water over the herbs and cover the container immediately. Valerian contains volatile oils that evaporate quickly. Steep for 15 minutes, then strain. The taste is quite earthy and slightly bitter. Add raw honey and a squeeze of fresh lemon juice to improve palatability. The vitamin C in lemon juice actually enhances the absorption of the active compounds. George was a 74-year-old Vietnam veteran who had suffered from PTSD-related insomnia for 50 years. He'd been on every sleep medication imaginable. Nothing gave him more than 4 hours of broken sleep. His psychiatrist referred him to me as a last resort. We started with the valerian lemon balm blend combined with some lifestyle changes. The first week showed modest improvement, but by week 3, George was sleeping 6 hours straight. By month 2, he was getting 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep. He told me he'd forgotten what it felt like to wake up rested. His nightmares decreased by 70%, and his wife said he was like a different person. This blend should be consumed 45 to 60 minutes before bed. Start with a half dose for the first week to assess your tolerance. About 10% of people have a paradoxical reaction to valerian where it makes them more alert. If this happens, discontinue use. Never combine this blend with prescription sedatives or alcohol. Number 1, glycine-enhanced chamomile mix. The number 1 drink on our list is something I call glycine-enhanced chamomile supreme, and it's based on cutting-edge research that most doctors don't even know about yet. This isn't your grandmother's chamomile tea. We're combining chamomile with glycine, which is an amino acid that Japanese researchers discovered has profound effects on sleep quality. A study in the journal Sleep and Biological Rhythms found that glycine supplementation decreased the time to reach deep sleep by 61% and reduced next-day fatigue by 40%. Here's what makes this combination so powerful. Chamomile contains epigenetin, which is a flavonoid that binds to benzoazepine receptors in your brain. These are the same receptors targeted by drugs like Valium and Xanax. But unlike those drugs, epigenine doesn't cause addiction or tolerance. Glycine works through a completely different mechanism. It lowers your core body temperature by dilating blood vessels near your skin surface. This temperature drop is one of the strongest signals for your brain to initiate sleep. To create this supreme sleep drink, start with 2 tablespoons of high-quality dried chamomile flowers. German chamomile is more potent than Roman chamomile for sleep. Brew the tea with 10 oz of water heated to exactly 200 degree F. Steep for 8 minutes with a cover on to preserve the volatile oils. Strain the tea and let it cool to drinking temperature. Here's the crucial part. Add 3 g of pure glycine powder and stir until completely dissolved. Glycine is naturally sweet, so it actually improves the taste. Add a teaspoon of raw honey and a splash of unsweetened almond milk if desired. Martha was an 82-year-old widow who hadn't had a full night's sleep since her husband died 2 years earlier. She would lie in bed for hours with racing thoughts. Prescription sleep aids left her confused and unsteady the next day. Her daughter was worried she'd fall. When we introduced the glycine-enhanced chamomile supreme, The results were almost immediate. The first night, she fell asleep in 20 minutes instead of 2 hours. By the end of the first week, she was sleeping 7 hours straight. Her mood improved dramatically. She started attending her book club again and even joined a walking group. She told me this drink gave her life back. The optimal protocol is to drink this 30 to 45 minutes before your intended bedtime. The glycine needs time to lower your body temperature while the chamomile compounds take effect more quickly. For maximum benefit, make sure your bedroom is cool around 65 to 68 degrees. The combination of internal and external temperature regulation creates ideal conditions for deep sleep. Never use boiling water on chamomile as it destroys the delicate compounds. If you're taking blood thinners, consult your doctor before using chamomile regularly as it can enhance their effects. Start with 5 g of glycine if you've never used it before and work up to 3 g over a week. Now you know the truth. Water isn't always the best drink before bed. For seniors struggling with insomnia, restless legs, nighttime awakenings, or early morning fatigue, these 7 powerful sleep-enhancing drinks could be the game changer. Each one works differently, but the key is consistency. The body responds best when you give it the same cues every night. So, pick one of these, stick with it for 10 days, and track your results.